What is happening, people? Welcome to Saeed TV. Big up to everybody who's watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're close to 50k people. So people in the comments, like the video, subscribe if you're new. But we're here. You guys liked the first video. The first video did well. So we're back here at Old Trafford. The season is coming to an end. Well, it has come to an end at Old Trafford. And we're here to gauge the fan reactions on Ralf Rangnick. Ralf Rangnick, as you know, has been interim boss since the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back in November, and we're here to find out whether it's been a success or a failure. You know, the guys at Old Trafford, the fans at Old Trafford have been here to witness his reign and his tenure at Old Trafford, being ups and downs. Of course, no Champions League football, so that's why we're going to ask, has Ralf Rangnick been a success or a failure? Success in terms of maybe finding out, you know, exposing certain players, and kind of failure because here, you know what I mean, no Champions League football here for Ten Hag next season. So listen, we're going to find out, and make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe. We'll catch you soon, people. Yeah, with Rob here. Rob, I'm asking everyone the question, Ralf Rangnick, has he been a success or a failure?
Success.
In what way?
The players sorting them out. They want sorting out. When you wear that shirt, you should play for the shirt. And the players now, they're playing for the money, not the shirt.
And you feel like he's exposed them?
Oh, exposed them, dead right, yes. And that's what they don't like. That's why they won't play. But once you put that shirt on, you should be 110% committed. And half of them players are not. So,
has it been a difficult job in terms of coming in after Ollie and just kind of the mess?
No doubt. After Fergie, whoever takes over. But it's a rebuilding process. You've got, what, in the next 5 years, we're not going to do that for the next 5 years. But you've got to build like Fergie did.
Do you think with his interim role, was he expected to get Champions League football? Do you think that, you know, fans, you know, harsh on him?
We would have got it if the players had played and performed, but the players haven't. You know, they haven't turned up, half of them. All they want is the paycheck. Not acceptable.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Cheers for that. Appreciate it.
Okay, mate.
Thank you. So with Keith, we're asking everyone the question: has Ralf Rangnick been a success or a failure?
I don't think he's been either, because he's only been there for a short period of time.
6 months has been here. We haven't got Champions League football. You know, do you see that as a kind of a failure?
No, because the options he had, he's been stuck with. He's not been able to buy players. He's not been able to make transfers or anything. So he's had to use what he's got.
And the players as well haven't served him right.
Well, I don't think they have. I don't think they've played for the shirt like they used to.
Well, how do you respect his kind of like how long he's been there? 6 months. Do you see him doing a good job here?
He did a good job with what he's got. That's the problem. What he's got.
Should have got something in the transfer window.
Well, he probably wouldn't let him buy.
The fact that he's exposed players, for me, I've enjoyed that, because at the end of the day, and he's exposed the club on what we should get. You know what I mean? Is that now a good step for the next manager to come in?
Yeah. But it depends what he's going to do. What system he's going to play. Is he going to play the United way, or is he going to play the way he's played at other clubs?
Absolutely. Cheers for that time.
Yeah.
Yes, we're with Vernon and Joel. Joel, we're just asking the questions about Ralf Rangnick. Has it been a success? Has it been a failure? What in your opinion, how has it been for you?
I think it's been a failure myself, because like they haven't really, since he's been there, they haven't really done a lot, have they? You know what I mean? And to me, they could have done a lot better. But
In what way?
Well, they've got the players there, the players are just not doing it, are they? And I don't think like they're working well together.
How about yourself?
Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's not worked out for him?
Well, they haven't bought the right players, you know. They bought the players, have they? I mean, Cavani, they bought players, but they haven't bought the right players, and that's why it hasn't worked out for them. Right.
Do you think Ten Hag can fix this mess as well?
I do, yeah, because he's done well at Ajax, and he's brought young players through. And United in the last few years, they haven't really brought a lot of young players through.
You think the Champions League football not being the Champions League, does that help United, or kind of derail them?
I don't think it'll help them, but it's still in Europe, aren't they? So still money coming in, isn't it?
For the Glazers, exactly. Cheers, mate. Take
All right.
care. Yes, people, with Peter and Barbara, we're just discussing Ralf Rangnick's tenure at Man United. Has it been a success? Has it been a failure? I'm going to start off with you. Has it been a success or a failure?
I think he's been part of both. I think he's tried to do a different method of how they play, but the players themselves, whether they adapted to it, it's been a tough one for them to pick it up. And I think the next manager coming in, I think he'd do a lot better.
How about yourself?
Same opinion, yeah.
Do you think the players have just kind of not taken to his ideas? You know, the lack of where he's come from. A lot of players wanted to leave. You know, players disinterested. Has all them factors affected his kind of?
Yeah, I think there is. There's a lot of players that's come in and they want to play their method. There's a lot of individual players, and I think a lot of people have commented on that one. But I think, in a way, the clearance this year and bringing new players in, I think to do. What I'd like to see is what they did in '99 and bring that youth team through, let them play one game, pray to the end of the season, and just see where they need to fit it in, because playing together they've won everything.
What's the best thing you've seen about Ralf Rangnick, and what has he done for United?
I think his confidence with the media is something special. I think he gets his message across to the public saying what he wants to do, but the activities and what he's done at Carrington and on the field, it's not related to him. So,
Do you think he's going to leave us in a good place for Ten Hag to come in?
I think in a way, yeah, because the tail end of the season, they're just starting to pick up. They played really well the other night, and I think that conference now, there's rumours that Ronaldo is going to be captain. We'll see what happens.
All the gossip.
I just think they should play that youth team and give them a good smack and see what they got from it.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. Yes, people. We're with Bob from New Zealand. Ralf Rangnick has been here for 6 months. Has it been a success or failure for you?
Failure for me, mate. I think Man United's they're a bloody good team, and they just haven't played the spark that they used to. I don't know, this just seems like going backwards. They're not going upwards. They keep going backwards, and I'm getting enough flack from the guys at work about it.
Why is that though?
I don't know. Maybe not enough experience. I'm not sure. Maybe he's not picking the right players or buying the right players to play for Man United. It's just, just think about the old boys. Bring the old boys back. Get the old boys back to coach as well, man, and be the manager. It's like, I don't think Alex Ferguson should. I know he's retired, but I think we miss him like hell of a lot.
You think Ten Hag can't come in and maybe succeed here? Obviously, the thing with Ralf Rangnick though is there's a lot of disinterest from the players.
Yeah.
Players wanting to leave. Has that not helped for you?
No, it has. I think you've got to build a team to be a good team or the best team there is. But they all blame the manager sometimes. But I think it's also up to the players. If they don't perform, the manager gets a flack all the time. I think it's with all sports like that. Even with our rugby in New Zealand, if the coaches don't perform or the players don't perform, the coaches get fired. So it's I think it'll just maybe in next year or the year after, we might be top again. I think we still got a chance to make the UEFA. Hopefully, I hope they do, because they need it, man. They just need to play it next year. I'm actually looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to this. For me, it's just hang in there, guys. Just give it 110% if you have to. But we all blame the coach or the manager all the time, but I think it's also the players' responsibility to perform, to make the manager look good, and our supporters look good and all that. So I just think he's not. I don't know him that well. So I can't really say he's crap or he's good but just hang in there. I think if we hang in there and just go forward, don't look back, look forward, mate. It's always grass is green on the other side.
That's the quick question. I appreciate your time. What do you think of Ralf Rangnick? Do you reckon it's been a success or failure at Old Trafford?
I think he's done all right. He's on the right track, and I think when we get Ten Hag in, big moves. I don't think we can look at a premiership in the next season, maybe two.
Has he laid the foundations here, Ralf Rangnick?
I think so. He's on the right track. Very much a Sir Alex mentality, which I think is what we need.
Why hasn't it worked out for us? 6 months, no Champions League football, it looks like it. Why has it not worked out? Can you pinpoint exactly?
Wasting a ton of money on Maguire for a start. But I think if you look at the games, you've got 11 guys playing as individuals, and we're playing against one team. I think that's the big thing. You've got to get the guys cohesive. You've got to get the guys to work together.
And hopefully Ten Hag can get that surely, get these guys playing, because they've been disappointing for large parts of the season, haven't they?
I hope so. Stop concentrating on prima donnas and start buying people who actually know where to put the ball.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Well, we're John outside Old Trafford, asking everyone here, has Ralf Rangnick been a success or failure for you?
Well, I think if you judge him by results, then no, he hasn't, has he? His win ratio is very poor compared to. I think he's the worst manager United have ever had in terms of results. Win ratio, so no.
Why has it happened? Why has it not worked out for him, in your opinion?
Because the players know he's just a temporary manager and they're not trying because they know he won't be there next season. That's why.
Shouldn't happen, should it?
No, it shouldn't. They're all getting paid a lot of money, and they should be trying not for just the club but for the fans as well. So
has it any been kind of success in your opinion in terms of him kind of exposing the players and for what they are really and not trying and not giving?
Well, I think he has. I think he's been honest with his comments in his interviews, but there's only so much he can say, isn't there? He's got to bring the players with him, but obviously, judging by results, he's failed, hasn't he? Has
he laid any foundations for you for next season for Ten Hag?
Well, that remains to be seen because there's a number of players who are leaving anyway. Their contracts are up, so the youth team are doing well. They're in the final, so maybe there are foundations there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time. So there we have it, people. You've gauged the fan reactions, you've gained their opinions, and make sure people to understand that every opinion counts, and it's all about listening to other opinions, different variety of opinions, you know what I mean, old and young. So that's what it's all about, people, and that's what we've kind of gauged here. Certain people in the fan base are saying, you know what, Ralf Rangnick has been a failure, you know what I mean, we haven't got the Champions League football. The gentleman said that results have shown that, he hasn't been good enough. But then also people have come in and said, you know what, he has been a success. The fact that he's exposed a lot of these players, the fact that he's come in and laid certain foundations, the youth, Ilanga, and so forth. And also the fact that, what could he have done in this situation when the players didn't try? And ultimately, when you look at the situation that he's come in, you can understand that. You really, really can understand that. From my point of view, I think there's a bit of both. There's a failure in terms of the Champions League, no Champions League, but I think ultimately there's been a success here. Because when you look at it, Matt Judge has left the football club. A lot of players, may not have been shaken up. They've been shaken up very, very badly in terms of him being open and honest, refreshing, coming in press conferences, saying it how it is. Certain managers shying away from that and said, you know what, I'm not going to talk about that because my position might be in disrepute. But he's come in, he's been refreshing, he's been energising, and he's laid the foundations for the next manager to come in and say, you know what, these are the guys that you've got to work with. Who do you want to get rid of? Who do you want to get rid of? So I think that for me is massive, massive, massive. And I think, ultimately, I will look on his reign and be like, you know what, people talked about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer laying the foundations. I think this manager has really, really laid the foundation. For next manager to come in, get the deadwood out, make it look like, players are just getting big wages and they're not doing anything. Get the deadwood out and bring players that want to play for the badge, as a gentleman over there said. So people, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please, guys, let's get 1,000 likes. Let's make sure you subscribe to the channel. Road to 50k, people. And hopefully, I'll see you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.